That's a good point. I apologize for asking such an insensitive question. It's fine, don't worry about it. Poor Edgeworth, he's just going to... yeah. And you are?
Oh, me? Hey, pal. It's common courtesy to tell someone your name first before asking theirs.
Point taken. My name is Miles Edgworth. I'm a district prosecutor.
A prosecutor? Well, I've never seen a prosecutor as young as you, pal.
I've told you my name. Now, would you mind telling me yours?
Detective Kay the Gumshoe, and just recently I achieved my dream becoming a detective. More than just a dream, it's what I was born to do. Wait! Maybe I should really check and make sure that I'm not just some crazy kind of dream person.
This detective is entirely too excited to be at the murder scene.
Yep.
So, Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling me what you know about the incident?
You know, I don't have to tell you anything, right?
I know that, but it would behove you to fill me in on what you know.
Wow, you're a proud one for such a youngster, aren't you? Well, anyway, Detective Bat is the one in charge, so you're just gonna have to ask him all the details, okay? As for me, I was guarding the
I think I somehow managed to swallow a hair or so. I don't have a... Not even swallowing hair. I don't know where this came from. It's just like suddenly... Oh well.
I was guarding the door to defendant lobby number 2.
So you're the on guard detail. Did you notice anything strange while you were on duty?
Well, I freaked out when I heard a gunshot, and then I just kind of froze.
You're a detective, and a measly gunshot scared you that much. Then again, I can hardly claim not to know what it's like to hear one at close range.
Then Detective Brad came running to the scene. Bad came running to the scene. We went into lobby number 2 together, and both men were lying there dead.
Is that everything?
Yeah, that's it. I was in the hallway the whole time, but I didn't hear a single people struggle.
Interesting. Unlike the gunshot, you didn't hear a single sound of commotion. Yeah, like... I have no clue. Blah! This little fucker. Like this single little, like tiny strand of hair. There. Ugh. Nope, there's another one. Fuck, where did these things come from? Okay, I'm good. Miss Yu, there is someone here who wishes to see you.
Who is it?
A Custodian Embassy staff member by the name of Manikoshin.
What?
What's going on? Detective Bad and Miss Yu's moods just change all of a sudden. Wait a second. Wasn't Manikoshin?
I'll be right there.
It's nice to see you again, Miss Yu.
Why are you here? I have no desire to ever see you again.
Now. Actually, would you mind stepping outside for a brief chat?
Fine. Let's go.
Bad. Von Karma, it's been a long time. I knew you would shut up. Oh yeah, that's ow. I knew you would show up. You usually do when the aggressor is involved, and I see this case is no exception. Oh, that looks fancy. Oh, it's got caramel in it. And mighty fancy indeed. Do you know Detective Batso? Yes. He's like an old bloodhound that never leaves a scene of crime. If only would get the promotion move on. It's a crime scene where a detective is the most useful and effective. It's like I don't know that. Moving on though, bad. The man that just passed by. Was he not the suspect from the KG-8 incident? So, I was right. Just what is that man doing? Wandering around here? That's Faraday. Can't believe it. That's such an easy catch to get away, that imbecile. I would have proved his guilt in 3 minutes. Von Karma, I think you've said enough for now. It's in poor taste to speak like that about the departed. Very well. Back on topic. I'm placing Edgeworth in charge of the investigation here.
Objection!
Thank you. Oh, more of a caramel. Nice, fancy. Yes, she's adorable.
Papa, how can you place him in charge?
Francisco, what are you doing here?
I'm here for summer vacation. What else?
Francisco von Karma. She's here on vacation from Germany. She's the daughter of Manfred von Karma and also a student of his, who is also a junior to me.
You're the junior one to me, and don't you forget about it.
Yeah, she's got a riding crop now. Like, she's replaced the long leather whip with a riding crop. It's so fitting.
You're not conveniently avoiding the bar examination, are you? If you were able to pass, then I shall absolutely have no trouble at all. I'll never allow myself to lose to you, never.
Why does you always have to be this competitive?
Anyway, Papa, are you really assigning Miles Edgworth to cover the case?
Yes, I am. Why do you ask?
Well, you know, I'm close to becoming a prosecutor myself. And I am 100% confident that I can do a better job than him.
That's just like Francisca. She has no problem bad-mouthing someone right in front of them. But, yeah, these two will be conducting an investigation. What? You want me to let both of these canes loose in a crime scene? Huh. This is a perfect opportunity for them to work on their prosecutional skills. A crime scene is not a place for children messing around in. I am the one with authority over this crime scene, bad. And I will not tolerate complaining. Edgeworth, Francisca, I'll leave this case to the two of you. Understood, sir.
Yes, Papa.
I'll go and take care of the paperwork now.
Yep, you can. I love that detail. You can just see all these things. And these small things to how he animates, like from the beginning, like the first ace attorney up through the first game,
into the second game, and the third game, and into this one. Like all these things, and you can see all the beginning of the first game culminating a little bit here. It's amazing. I love it. Such attention to detail. Remember, I accept nothing but a perfect report from the two of you. Do not disappoint me. Hold up, Funcom. I still haven't agreed to this. Miles Edgworth. It's been quite some time, Francisco. This will be the perfect chance for us to see which one of us is truly worthy of the von Karma name. Would it kill you to at least say hello? Long time no see. Very good. Just because you became a prosecutor first doesn't mean you can be actually all proud. She still hasn't changed a bit. Miles Edgeworth. As I was saying, we shall see which one of us is worthy of the von Karma name. For crying out loud, I've been reduced to a babysitter. It looks like Mr. von Karma was successful in convincing the detective. That's just like him. He never fails. Now, I would appreciate if you could quickly run me through the fact, Detective Bad. You're better at checking things out on your own. Very well. It seems like getting help from Detective Bad would be your most arduous task. And just consider, Francisca's already whipping poor Gumshoe. I mean, I can't see her not whipping poor Gumshoe, and I can also see Gumshoe repressing the memory of it, so he has no memory of Francisca when he meets her in the second Ace Attorney game. It's the only real explanation they killed each other simultaneously. Miles Edgeworth, you should listen to someone until they finish talking. What are you talking about? I'll only say it one more time. This is a competition to see who is truly worthy of the von Karma name. A competition? The person who figures out the truth first wins. Huh. So the person who doesn't discover the truth is the dishonest to the name? Exactly. I don't care that you became a prosecutor before me. I simply refuse to hear any more foolish things coming from your foolish mouth. Fine. Whatever makes you happy. Can I take that as you accepting my challenge? Once again, whatever makes you happy. Well then, let's begin the investigation, shall we? I'm going to find the perfect evidence and prettily present it like the professional that I am. Compete and discover the truth behind the crime. How delightfully childish. You kids over there, hold it. Kid? Ha! Serves you right, Miles. He just called you a kid. I said kids, kid. How dare you call me a kid as well? I'll do what I please. And I was allowed to cause good ruckus on my crime scene. Hey, big guy. You're going to watch over these two. All right, yes sir. Detective Bad, sir. Now, what do I say do what I say from now on, kids, okay? You better not give in our way, Scruffy. You'll feel the bite of my whip if you do. Then you, prosecutor boy. Let's get your investigation started, alright? Great. Now in that detective is treating me like a child. Alright, it's time to get investigating. Get a move on, prosecutor boy. My name is Miles Edgworth, and if you were to call me prosecutor boy one more time, it will be my duty as a prosecutor to look into your monthly salary.
What? And what would you do with my salary after you saw how much it was?
That's up to you now, isn't it?
Really? Sounds good, pal.
He's so naive. Oh, it's just delightful. Instead of bad, I have a word with you. What is it? It appears that both the knife and the gun were used as murder weapons. Yeah, it does. That leads us to the first questions of the investigation. Where did the men acquire the weapons? The gun was inside Faraday's bag. It was a piece of evidence and it was presented in the trial earlier today. It was used to kill the Cambodian embassy staff member. But I've never heard anything about the knife. Mr. Will was being held by the police. There is no way he could have brought it in. Which means it's possible that Faraday will have the knife on him from the start as well. Could have been a piece of evidence that needs to be presented. Then, why doesn't Detective Bad know about it? Wait, what if it's possible that Mr. Faraday brought the knife in under guise of prosecutional evidence. He could have brought it out and attacked Mr. Ray with it. Huh. Maybe you got a brain in there after all, kid. Is he going to treat me like a child forever? It looks like Mr. Faraday attacked Mr. Real first, then counterattacked. That's the only logical conclusion you can draw from a scene like this. Not yet. I feel it's much too early to be drawing conclusions already. I must first find conclusive evidence so as to ensure the honor of the Von Karman name. But yeah. She is a treasure, and we have the judge. We don't know the age of the judge, I love that. And we have just Franziska being an absolute treasure, and this ass. Why are the plastic bags scattered all around?
Oh, those bags are keeping the evidence safe, pal.
No, I think Gotcha isn't that old. I mean, he's like 6 years older, wasn't he? 26, yeah. 6 years older, like your senior, isn't that much.
You're sure good at this stuff, aren't you, pal?
Normally I'd be happy when someone compliments me, but when it's this guy... Anyway, could these plastic bags be evidence of a fight between the two men? Looks like Mr. Faraday fell on top of Mr. Ray. At first glance it seemed like they must have killed each other, however...
using logic, the only logical conclusion is... aha!
What was that outburst for?
My detective instincts just hit me real hard. It was Mr. Real that fell first, see?
You don't need a detective's instinct for that, it's common sense. But I suppose we won't know more until after I examine the bodies.
Looks like Mr. Real died with a knife in his hand.
There's some blood stuck on it.
Then he must have used the gun as a weapon. Yeah, no doubt about it.
Was Mr. Faraday carrying this in his personage? Did he bring this as a piece of evidence for trial? Or did he bring it with a different intention in mind? I should jot some notes down about it.
His hair is all black down there, you see? Wonder what that could be.
If you look closely, this blotching pattern resembles an ink stain. ink stain. Yes, I usually get ink on my own hand when I use a feather pen. When I use my feather pen. Why would you use a feather pen? A feather pen? I've never seen one of those before. You sure you're not making it up, pal? What are these plastic bags scattered all around? Those bags I was keeping evidence safe. Oh, okay, it's the same ones before. Yeah, it's like, who uses a quill in this day and age? Looks like Mr. Faraday died with holding a gun in his right hand. So, he shot Mr. Rail and then fell on top of him while he was gripping onto the gun. Wow. Aren't they rather inconvenient to use? Like, super, like, yeah? That's a gripe I have with Harry Potter. Like, why aren't the Muggle-born using a ballpoint pen? Seriously. I guess that does seem kind of strange, huh? I mean, why wouldn't Mr. Faraday know how to fire a gun? It's not exactly rocket science. Even I know how to pull the trigger. Ah. The Muggle-born kids could use that too. Like a fake one with a ballpoint. Although I doubt I'll ever need to use one. I hope I'll never have to fire a gun either, pal. But it sure looks cool to hold a gun in your hands. It depends on the police screening procedure needs a thorough review. Anyway, I should jot some notes about the handgun in Mr. Faraday's hand. Mr. Rail's cause of death was bleeding from a shot, correct? I mean, why not? I don't see a reason why you shouldn't be able to fix. That's what I think, but it's hard to tell with him lying with his face down. Death is bad enough, but it's truly lamentable that someone would try to hide the truth. Are you sure they were trying to hide something? Can't confirm Mr. Rail's cause of death with his body positioned like that. To take it bad, I'd like to examine the bodies in further detail if possible. What's this? You're not able to form a theory with them the way they are? I believe an examination of the bodies is vital to find the perfect evidence, don't you? I suppose you have a point. Well, hurry up and get it on with it. Labby. Yes, sir. I'll take enough photos of the scene of the crime, sir. And there you have it. Do you not approve? Of course not. What? Investigation of a crime scene is the work of the detective, so don't touch a thing. Hey, big fella, turn over the bodies for me, will you? Okay. Please forgive me, Mr. Faraday, sir. Gumshoe, don't get emotionally invested. Remember, you're a detective. Yes, sir. Understood, sir. There's a knife wound in his chest here, see? I wonder if the wound matches the knife that Mr. Reed is holding. Labby. Yes, sir. Verifying now, sir. Make it quick. From the looks of things, one could deduce that the knife Mr. Reed is holding is what killed Mr. Faraday. There's something in his breast pocket. It's a fountain pen. Hey, you know, I always keep a pencil behind my ear. It's because Detective Bat always telling me you should always write down your name of everything you own. Yes, somehow you do strike me as quite a forgetful individual. shot in the chest.
It takes some guts to take fire of a gun in a courthouse. I mean, I've been a detective for a whole week and I still haven't fired a single round yet.
Do not leave any burn marks on his clothes, and that would be...
Wait, burn marks?
A round grows very hot as it is discharged from a firearm. Therefore, burn marks are usually left when a shot is fired from point-blank range. Ergo, Mr. Real must have been shot from at least a yard away or two. A yard or two away.
You sure know a bunch of neat stuff for your age, pal.
Apparently, this detective has as much common sense as your everyday marsupial. Let's not try too hard to understand how the two men died. First, Mr. Faraday took the gun and the knife out from today's trial evidence. Then, he aimed the gun at Mr. Real and fired. However, Mr. Real managed to grab the knife and counter Mr. Faraday while being shot. Then, the men fell together where they stood. That is my theory in any case.
What a crazy way to go.
Still, something about that explanation just doesn't sit right.
Get some water.
I will. I should get some water. Just a second. Oh, that was not intentional. Why is everything bound around? And I return. Hello, Mina. Tenna was a little bit insulted that I didn't bring her sake when I brought myself a little glass of Bailey's. Just a small one. So I had to go and bring her a glass of sake. The rest of the sake. I believe I now have a firmer grasp on what happened here. There was a plastic bag stacked back on the table.